Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people! Welcome to the program. It is Chapter 6, Week 15 of The Odds Couple.
Is this real?
This is real. We are live. We are live here, and to quote my good friend Jameis, I have unwavering faith that this is going to be one of the best shows of the year.
We will deliver you from pick sixes.
We will deliver you.
If Jameis is your friend, you got to get better friends.
What are you talking about?
I think I'm with CJ on this one.
Welcome to the show. Here's what we got coming up for you. We will look at the weekend coming up. It is championship weekend. We'll look at the action coming up. We'll look at the trends for the big championship games coming up this weekend. Also, we got a big weekend in the Shield, which gets underway tonight. So we'll talk a little National Football League with you. We got Fish Nuggets. We got our top 5 today, which is actually a top 4.
Oh.
Yeah, top 4 today. It'll be the top 4 if the college football playoffs were not 12 teams.
Yes.
If it were still 4 teams.
Oh, you didn't tell us that.
What would be the 4 teams in it?
He did say that.
Yeah,
He said 4 playoff teams. He didn't say like in place of the 12.
Oh.
I would have had some automatic bids in there if I knew that. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're doing. So maybe Lang will change this by then.
Nope.
Also, we got picks and free picks.
Free picks.
I love free picks.
Coming up on the show. Yep, all that coming your way here today on the program. So glad you're with us. I'm Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker next to me. Hello, Lang.
I was thinking about Jameis the other day. Like I've long
great.
been a Jameis hater.
Yeah.
It took Deshaun Watson to turn me into somebody who appreciates Jameis.
Right.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
By comparison, you're like, oh, this guy's awesome.
Yeah. No kidding. John Roser, how are you, sir?
Rob Fisher, how are you, sir?
I'm great, man.
I'm great, too.
I'm great. It's good to see you.
Exciting weekend.
It's
of
cold in
football
here,
ahead.
which brings us alive. We are
I'm
alive today.
serious. I get here pretty early.
Yeah, you do.
And I always sit out there in the GCM office with the green room.
The common area.
The green room, the common area. I always sit out there with Luke, who's just social media in a way for GCM. I always sit out there with him because it's freezing in here.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad it is.
But
We
there's
have a lot of equipment in here that needs to be kept
There's
cold.
usually a show going on in here when you get here.
Yeah, but there's not right after, and I still say in here. I usually don't come in here until like maybe 11:15. I'll just sit out there because
No, he also shows up
cold.
every day with a giant thing of bacon.
Bacon.
Every day.
It's eggs,
scrambled
it's
eggs.
bacon, and smoked sausage every morning. Get it from the Exxon at Riverside. It's amazing breakfast.
This
You can also
huge
get the
thing
same
of-
breakfast right down the street here at the Shell at Danny Thomas
Yeah.
and MLK. You
Yeah.
can get the same thing there. It's amazing food. Everybody that has it loves it. Wow. Try it. Don't knock it till you try it.
I might have to try that next time.
It's great stuff.
All right. CJ Hurt. Hello. How are you?
Go
Hello,
Grizz.
I'm good. I'm all right.
Good. You look great. You look festive.
Thank you. 'Tis the season.
Tis the season.
If I don't wear this stuff now, I'll never wear it. Only break it out once a year, baby.
Yep. Everybody fine with the Christmas music so far? We're not tired of it yet?
No,
Oh, no.
man.
I'm
Good.
I haven't
Good.
even
We're
heard any.
festive.
This is
I'm
the
listening
shortest
to
year in many years between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah. Because we had a late Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Straight into December from
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Yeah. We got Christmas music
How do we
going.
feel about that?
I'm all right
It
with
means
it.
less Christmas music.
No, some people
I think-
started back in
I think
October.
people started
No,
early.
no.
yeah.
We have strict rules against that in my household.
Well, your household, but
Day after
unfortunately,
Thanksgiving
Not
meal
everybody
ends,
else's.
that's when it's fair game.
Christmas music.
We put the tree up, we go all in on Christmas as soon as the meal's over.
Yeah, it's supposed to be after Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. We got a busy week coming up. What did we learn from this past week, however? The rankings have come out since we last met on Monday,
Yep.
on Monday's version of The Odds Couple. The rankings have come out. We could sit here and argue about it all day, like
Like we did on the Monday show.
you probably did on the
Yeah.
Monday show, but I think it's been argued about ad nauseum at this point. Are there any surprise? Are there any things that are just egregious?
I don't think egregious.
Right?
Yeah.
I
It's
think-
12-team playoff. If you're left out, I don't care.
I think it's all pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Like, it goes back to kind of what we thought. Like, The SEC gets 4, the Big Ten gets 4, and then it's going to figure the rest out.
Notre Dame, ACC.
Big 12.
Group of
Big 12
5.
and ACC for sure get 1. They for sure get 1. They maybe get a second win, but it's not going to be guaranteed. But the SEC and the Big Ten are getting 4 in.
Yeah.
They're both getting 4. Like, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when they expand to 16, they'll both get 5 in.
I think you could argue more like some of the placements within the teams that are in and like what happens
Right.
after this week.
Right.
But the teams that are in, like I think we're all,
Yeah.
who are we upset about?
Well, as I said last week, I think we need to
Other than Lane Kiffin being pissed.
we need to retrain our minds, because when it was a 4-team playoff, we used to say, yeah, the argument against expanding the playoff was teams 5 through 12 have no shot.
Yeah.
They're not going to win. And now we look at teams 5 through 12 and we're like, I don't know. I don't know if they deserve to be in. They're not very good. But that's what it's going to be. I mean, you're going to have teams at the bottom of the 12 that are going to be okay with 2 or 3 losses, and you don't deem them playoff quality team, but now that we're at 12, you've got to fill the 12. So that can be a playoff quality team.
Right now, 5 through 12, in that mix, you have Georgia, Ohio State, and Tennessee. You don't think any of those 3 have a shot to win it?
I think all of them have a shot to win it.
I think they'd have a shot.
Well, I don't know about Tennessee.
Okay.
Wait, which teams?
Where are we
Wait,
drawing the
which
line
teams?
at? Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee. Right now, as it stands right now, those teams are 5 through 12. Where are we drawing the line on this team has a chance to win it, right? Texas, Georgia will play for an SEC championship game. One of them will lose. One of them will then becomes the 5. Does Texas not have a chance to win it? I think that this 12-team playoff is good because it prevents what happened last year from happening with Georgia, where, hey, that team probably deserves to be in, and they don't get in. And I think that's what the 12 team does well, is get enough of the teams that deserve to be in, and then you just sort of figure it out on the field.
If they did it this year, would Florida State get in?
Yeah, Florida State would be in.
Like last year when they weren't? You know what I mean?
They'd be in. Florida State would be
Even with like their quarterback getting knocked out? Because that was like the.
They were still undefeated, and I do believe they finished 6 or 7 last year in the final CFP. I'll check on that. But yeah, Florida State absolutely gets in last year. Jalen checked on it. He says they finished 5th last year.
Jalen works
they
here
absolutely would have
Yeah,
gotten in.
Jalen's back working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jalen's back to work. Yeah.
He had a baby, and now he's back working.
Yeah.
He had a baby like in June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's back.
Yeah.
Paternity leave is great.
2024.
I need to impregnate somebody.
Yeah.
I just think that the way it turns out, a team that's going to finish 13 or a team that's going to finish 14, I don't feel bad for you. I'm not going to cry for anybody who doesn't make a playoff. There's 12 teams. And if we're going to cry for other teams, well, then we're going to expand the playoff to 16 and add 4 more teams that don't have a chance to win a championship.
Rob will cry for 17, 18, 19.
Exactly.
Like, we're
and then we'll
always
expand
going
it
to
to
cry.
24, and those teams
cry.
won't have a chance to win the championship.
So, no, I would say, Chris actually just asked us this when we did fill in the blank. He said, if I gave you $1,000 and you got to put it on one team to win the playoff, I said I'd still put it on Ohio State. Devin and I both said we would.
Really?
My sole reasoning is I don't think any of these teams are awesome at head and shoulders better. They've got the most talented roster, even though I don't trust their quarterback.
Yeah.
I actually would trust their quarterback. I don't trust Ryan Day and Chip Kelly. I don't trust them.
But you'd bet
they have so much
$1,000
damn
on?
talent on the outside, and they just try to be a power football team. And it's like, that's not who you are. That's not what you've ever been. Stop trying to be that. But aside from that, they have the most talented roster. So I'll just do that.
Who would you put it on, Lane? $1,000, you got to put it on one team.
Honestly, probably Georgia. Because I
That's fair,
know
too.
their
I don't-
ceiling. Like, if they play to their capability, the thing that scares me about Georgia this week is they're coming off 6 days ago playing a friggin' 8 overtime game against a triple option team, and they're all banged up and beat up. Like, I think that probably hurts you. But I think if you have a couple weeks off and, I've seen them at their best, I trust Kirby Smart more than I trust Ryan Day or Dan Lanning or anyone
That's fair.
else.
I don't trust the worry is the playmakers on the outside.
Yeah.
Like that's the
fine.
only thing. Like it's, there's if they had a McConkey or a Bowers. I mean, I'm not talking about
A white guy?
Look, Bowers is different. Bowers is different. Like, dude, like that guy is. I mean, he may be the first tight end in NFL history to lead the NFL in receptions. Like that's what's going on with him. It's crazy. But just even a player like Ladd McConkey. Like, just don't have to beat him, but like somebody that can make plays on the outside. Like, it's, and it just doesn't. That's my only concern with Georgia. But I agree with him on that. Like, bro, you give Kirby Smart time. Your offense, I will bet you, is not do. If you give him multiple weeks to prepare, your offense is not going to do crap against him.
Yeah.
He's got Will Muschamp back too now.
Yeah.
Because Vanderbilt's season's over.
Yeah.
He was with Vandy, and now he's back with Georgia.
Right.
Yeah, he's probably going to eat somebody. Probably the leg first.
We'll talk about the Georgia-Texas game coming up a little bit later and look at the trends for that game as well. The championship weekend gets underway on Friday. A couple of big games Friday with Tulane and Army. Army ranked 24th in the country. That's the AAC championship. Tulane comes in as a 5-point favorite. And then UNLV ranked 20th against number 10 Boise State. Boise State, a 4-point favorite in that one in the Mountain West Conference Championship. Either of those games interest you?
All of them are interesting to me because they got national implications now.
Yeah.
That UNLV Boise State game matters. Boise State wins, okay, they're in and they might get a bye. UNLV win, they're in potentially. Army needs to win, and weird things that happen in front of them, and maybe they can sneak in. They can argue like, hey, we beat like a Navy team that's some good. Tulane was some good. That's got implications. Texas, Georgia's got implications. The Big Ten championship game, 1 versus 3. I think I saw somewhere it's the third time 1 versus 3 have met, or 1 versus top 3 has met in a championship game. I think the SEC has had it happen twice in 2009 and 2012, if I remember correctly. And then Penn State, Oregon this year, that matters. The SMU Clemson game matters. SMU loses, they're probably out and Clemson sneaks in there. This is the best thing about the 12-team playoff. Now, the argument was, okay, you're going to cheapen the regular season. You're going to cheapen conference championship weekend. No, all of these conference championship games matter, man. They're all good.
Yeah. Saturday's slate is a good one beginning at 11 a.m. with Iowa State and Arizona State in the Big 12 championship. Arizona State, a 2-point favorite in that one. They have been on fire. Then you got 3 o'clock Georgia and Texas, number 5 and number 2, with Texas being a 2.5-point favorite. SMU, a 2.5-point favorite over Clemson in the ACC championship. And then Oregon, the number 1 team in the country, against number 3 Penn State, 3.5-point favorite in the Big Ten championship. Take out the SEC championship. Which one intrigues you the most?
You know what I haven't heard anyone talk about is the possibility of what if Penn State wins that game? Like, no one seems to think that's even a possibility.
No.
I mean, what happens?
I don't know.
They just flip-flop spots.
I guess,
Oregon falls
but
to wherever Penn State is, or Oregon falls to 5, Penn
Oregon
State
gets a
moves
harder
up to
road
1.
through there. I don't know. No one seems to think that's even possible. Everyone I see is like, oh, Oregon's in. Oregon's number 1. Like, I don't know. What if Penn? It's only a 3-point line.
I know.
What if Penn State finally? We keep saying finally. One of these days, James Franklin's going to put it all together. Maybe this is the day.
Yeah, this is one of those games that it's like Oregon beat Ohio State at home, so it's like I've seen Oregon win that kind of game this year. Penn State, like, I don't know about, like, ever have I seen them. They lost to Ohio State. They could have beaten Ohio State this year. They had chances, but they didn't, which seems to be the case every year. So, like, Penn State, can they win this kind of game? That's why it's intriguing. And we'll see. I have a pick on this game.
Oh.
So I'm going to sit this one out.
Is there one that stands out to
Arizona
you?
State, Iowa State, because that's a win or go home. Their playoffs start now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you got to win that game to get into the CFP. So that's
We
one that
can
is
all admit
intriguing.
Arizona State would be by far the more entertaining of those
Yes.
two teams
No
to make
question.
it, right? Like,
Yes.
well, there's nothing interesting about Iowa State.
No.
Brock Purdy's gone. Brees Hall's gone.
Not
Like,
walking through that door.
Troy Davis was not. He's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, Arizona
can you
State's
name an
interesting.
Iowa State player?
No.
Tim Dwight.
Really?
Current. That was Iowa.
Oh, my fault.
Okay. Matt Campbell is still
He's still the
there,
coach.
which is, I remember they came to play in the Liberty Bowl a
Last
while
year.
ago.
Last year,
Well,
actually.
before that.
Twice.
When Brock
yeah.
Purdy was here, yeah.
Yeah.
I know the
And
quarterback of
remember
Iowa
thinking-
State is Rocco Becht.
Oh, yeah, they got a guy named Rocco. That's right.
That's all I know.
I remember thinking,
I know
hey,
the coach.
Matt Campbell isn't going to be here much longer, and here he is still
is.
Yeah.
there. So, like, that's all I got on
Although I
Iowa
saw
State.
his name
I'm
getting
kinda
floated
surprised.
yesterday for
Where?
like some
Yeah.
openings.
USC?
Maybe North Carolina.
Okay.
USC
Also,
has a coach, CJ.
Maybe. It's funny that they were talking. Did you see that UCF apparently reached out to USC to ask if they could talk to Lincoln Riley?
UCF?
Yes.
Well, that's ballsy.
I know. That's like me reaching out to Sydney Sweeney to see if she's available. It's like why do you
Wait, is Lincoln Riley the Sydney Sweeney of
I don't know.
college football?
It's somebody who's completely out of your reach. That's what I'm saying.
All right, there you go. That's the weekend we got ahead. We'll take a break here on The Odds Couple. When we come back, we'll look at the trends for the championship games coming up this weekend in the power conferences. We'll do that when we return. We're just underway here on The Odds Couple, Thursday edition of the program here on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Can't wait. It's time to get it popping.
It's going to be crazy. The fans are going to be loud. We need just energy.
We're going to need, the Forum rocking. We're going to need, everybody in Memphis to be out there to come to support.
When the fans are good, we're good. Simple as that.
A Bane three. Yes, sir! Desmond Bane with ice water in his veins.
We'll ride the energy together.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC. Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everybody, to The Odds Couple.
Bingo.
It is Chapter 6, Week 15 of the program. As we get into championship week here in college football, we'll get into a little bit of the Shield coming up here momentarily. But first, let's look at championship week. We'll start with the SEC championship. Texas, 2.5-point favorite over the Georgia Bulldogs. The total at 48.5. Texas 10-6 against the spread. Their last 16, 7 of their last 8 have gone under the total. Georgia, meanwhile, 2-9 against the spread. Their last 11 games, 2-7 against the spread against SEC opponents, and 10 of their last 17 have gone under. Last 2 meetings between Texas and Georgia also have gone under the total. I know we have a lot of, since we have few games this week, everybody's kind of got picks on these games. So I don't, instead of everybody saying they're sitting it out.
Oh, you're actually going to make me talk about this game?
Just give me a little something. Texas, Georgia. I'll go ahead and tell you my pick because I don't have a pick on this one, do I? No.
You're going to give us your pick when you don't have a pick?
Well, I don't have a pick on it officially. We've talked about it before. I think in the past, when you had Alabama in situations, you would always say, I'm taking Alabama because even, if they were to cover, how stupid I would feel that I didn't take Alabama. Kind of feel the same way about Georgia.
Yeah, but they never cover.
But Georgia hasn't been covered. I'm going with Texas this week. I'm going with Texas to win the game 24-21, which means Texas covers and it hits the under. I haven't been week to week. They just haven't shown a consistent Georgia football.
Well, I thought you meant Texas hasn't shown consistency week to week.
I think they've been pretty consistent. They just haven't played great teams.
Yeah. Well, they did play one great team, and they got their butt kicked, and that was Georgia a couple weeks ago, which makes me feel like, all right, I'll take Georgia in this one. Like they figured out how to beat. And remember, like Georgia played terrible in the first half of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Beck was throwing picks. Like they looked awful, and then they came back and won it. If they can put together a real game, like a whole 4 quarters, and get the pressure they got on Ewers that they got last time, I don't know if they can. I assume Texas is ready for that now. Like, so some things are going to have to change. Georgia, I think, is a little deeper than they were the last time. They actually have some running backs who are back from injury now. So maybe that helps a little bit. But I think Georgia can win this game, and that's why, well.
You have a pick on it?
I have a pick on it.
I'm interested to see how Texas looks in this spot. They haven't been in this spot in the SEC championship.
Well, no, because they've only been in the SEC for a year.
Right. They've never been in this environment. You could say, well, they were in the college football playoff last year. I guarantee you the atmosphere in this game will be louder than it was in the college football playoff.
And it's going to be a lot of Georgia.
Game. It's in Atlanta. Like, we see these SEC championship games, man, they are like, it's rowdy in that crowd. Like, it is loud. I remember, there's Alabama, Georgia last year, but I remember the one when Aaron Murray was the quarterback at Georgia that came down to the that stadium gets rocking. Mm-hmm. And so, and it's split halfway, and I would imagine there's still going to be more Georgia fans. So I'm interested in this one.
I think there's going to be more Georgia fans.
Yeah, but Texas is, I do believe in their talent. Like, I do. So would it shock me if Texas does win this game? Like, not at all. Like, I can easily see that happening. So will they? I don't know. But I do have a pick, so just sit it out.
CJ?
Texas was in a conference championship game last year, but I feel like that's in Dallas. Right, wasn't the Big 12 championship game in Dallas?
Yeah, and it's not the same as the SEC championship.
Because it's not the same for Texas in particular because Dallas is Texas's. Yeah. That's Texas's place. Yeah. We call these neutral site games, but there's nothing neutral about playing in Texas against Texas, right? You're playing in Georgia against Georgia. That shit ain't neutral. That may as well be a true road game. It'll feel like a true road environment for Texas. They couldn't handle Georgia at home. Both teams are averaging about 34 points per game, 34 to 35 points per game. I think that the over the 48.5 might be the play here. I know that it's hard to beat a team twice, and I would assume that's why Texas, or part of the reason Texas is a 2.5-point favorite. Also, Texas is good. Texas is talented. Texas made it to back-to-back conference championship games in 2 different conferences, last year in the Big 12, this year in the SEC, going back-to-back playoff trips as well. That's a good Texas football team. I just think Georgia's got the book on them, and that they'll be able to go out there and take care of Texas. I would take Georgia plus the 2.5, and I'm willing to take Georgia straight up as well.
All right. Big 12 championship, Arizona State is a 2.5-point favorite against Iowa State. Total in this one is 50.5. Arizona State has covered 10 of their last 12 games, 7-1 against the spread against Big 12 opponents, and 4 of their last 5 have gone over the total. Iowa State 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games, 1-6 against the spread. Their last 7 played in December. And 8 of the last 11 in December have gone under the total as well. Arizona State, one of the hottest teams in the country, with one of the more exciting players in the country with Scadaboo, and one of the great names in college football. Arizona State, 2.5 against Iowa State. I have a pick on this one, so.
Oh, I thought you said we couldn't just do that.
He did say that.
I'm going to say
he did give us something. He said, give us something before you sit it out.
Okay.
Just hit him with a little bit, Rogan.
So if we just read the numbers, that qualifies?
That qualifies.
I don't have a pick on this game. I'm going to take Arizona State. I think they're the better team. They're the hotter team. They're playing well, and I trust Scadaboo and Dillingham, Kenny Dillingham, their coach right now. I just think they're the better team. It's a little weird that game's at 11 a.m. because from Arizona, that's like 10 a.m., right? 9 a.m. That's like a really early start. So maybe they get off to a slow start, but I'll take that one. This might be a root for points game. The over is 50.5.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But I'll take Arizona State.
All right, Roser?
I don't have a pick on this game because I do not care about this game. I'm just being honest. I do not care. probably don't care about watching it. It may be on the TV. I'm not going to be sitting on my couch glued to watching this game because I do not care.
So if you're on the couch and it's on the TV.
No, I said I'm not going to be on my couch. Like,
You
I'm going
said
to be doing
glued
other
to the
stuff. It
couch.
may be on the TV because it's football, so I'll just have it on, and I'm sure as hell not turning on Army and Tulane. So, like, if I got to have a game on, I'm going to have this one on. Like, it'll be on, but, like, I'm not going to be locked into it because, again, I don't care. Because neither one of these teams are really going to do anything in the playoff. Whoop-de-doo. So, Kenny Dillingham coached at Memphis. Give me Arizona State.
There you go.
Yeah, go Devils.
CJ.
Son.
Going to the notebook. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to do that today. Workplace slave people. Arizona State, like you said, 10-2 against the spread this year. That's best in the nation. They tie for best with somebody I can't remember exactly. And they're covering games by a margin of plus 10 points, right? And that's fourth best in the nation. I will take Arizona State. I think that's a better football team and the more fun, more exciting football team. Give me the Sun Devils.
No doubt. All right, ACC Championship. SMU is a 2.5-point favorite over Clemson. Total at 55.5. SMU's covered 7 of their last 9 games, going 7-2 against the spread. 8-3 against the spread. Their last 11 against ACC opponents. 9 of their last 11 in December have gone under. Clemson, meanwhile, 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games. 5 of their last 7 against ACC opponents have gone under. 4 of their last 5 overall have gone over as well. I do not have a pick in this one, so I'll go ahead and tell you. I just don't think Clemson's a very good football team. Somehow they made it here, thanks to Miami blowing it. But they're here. But I think SMU is a pretty good team. I'm going to take SMU minus the 2.5 against Clemson. They win at 28-24, going under the total.
I have a pick on this one.
Yeah.
But instead of sitting this out, I agree with you that I don't think Clemson's that good of a football team. There's a reason they lost 3 games this season. SMU's beat up everybody they played against pretty much, but they haven't played anybody great, which, Clemson coming off this South Carolina game, and they kept it close. South Carolina's been like the hot team the last couple weeks in the SEC nationally. It makes me think Clemson can keep this one close. I'll just say that.
I don't have a pick on this game, but I do care about it.
Oh, you do care about this one.
Go SMU. Go just a new team. Let's get a new team in the playoff. Rhett Lashley, look, when Ohio State inevitably probably crashes in the playoff, you may be the new head coach at Ohio State. So, let's get SMU in there. It does kind of, if you're a Memphis fan a little bit, it has to make you upset when you look up and you see Cincinnati and Houston and UCF and all those schools that have gone to the Big 12. And then SMU was there with you in the American, and then boom, they've been able to, how these teams have been able to get their football programs up, which Memphis's football program has been better, but why, Memphis can't make the jump to these conferences. They don't get asked. That has to make you a little upset, and you see SMU in the ACC in their very first year, they're having a lot of success. Give me the Mustangs. Give me the Ponies.
CJ?
I like Clemson. I like Clemson big. One, they're accustomed to these types of games. SMU is not.
Screw you.
And also SMU's schedule. They're in the top 8 of the CFP. And I'm not really sure how. I don't understand it. They play just in their conference of the top 7 teams in their conference. I think they played like 2 of them.
Yeah.
They lost to BYU. And the rest of their conference wins, they've played, I think, 4 of the bottom 5 teams in that conference, right? Florida State, terrible. Cal, awful. Virginia, bad. And those are the types of teams SMU has been beating. Now, they've won them. They've avoided bad losses, unlike other teams that want to get into the CFP. Cough, the team that lost to Kentucky at home, 4-8 Kentucky, right? Like, they didn't do that. But those aren't good teams. I'm not really sure what SMU is. SMU has the win over Louisville, which is solid, which is good. They got a win over Pitt, which is fine. Pitt is, though, 7-5. Your second best win is, I think, against a 7-5 team. Yeah, give me Clemson here. I understand. I'm with you. Clemson. This is not the Clemson team that we've been accustomed to seeing. But I think this team is still significantly better than SMU. I will take Clemson not only with plus 2.5, but Clemson straight up in this game.
All right. Big Ten championship. Oregon, 3.5 against Penn State. Total of 49.5. Oregon, 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games. Oregon's won their last 15 games on a Saturday, and the 10 of their last 15 have gone under. Yeah, how about that? Also, Penn State 4-2 against the spread their last 6, but 1-6 against the spread their last 7 as an underdog. Not good in this spot. 8 of the last 11 as a dog for Penn State have gone under the total. I got a pick on this one. The question is what you brought up before.
Yeah.
Can Jimmy Franklin win a game like this? Yeah. He hasn't been able to. And
do you mean a game like this? You just mean an important game?
An important game, yes.
Yeah.
And with the line only 3.5 surprises me a little bit because of how good Oregon has been all season long, and just the whole aura of can Penn State actually do it? And I don't believe it till I see it.
I don't either. Me neither. That's why I have a pick on this.
Oh, okay.
Because it feels like this is kind of obvious to me. Although, like I said, who knows? Maybe this is the time.
Maybe this is the one.
Maybe it is.
Roser, what do you think of the Big Ten championship?
I already told you my thoughts on this a few minutes ago, and I've got a pick.
We weren't listening.
Yeah.
I'm going to set it out.
All right. CJ?
If I had $1,000, Oregon would be the team I would place it on.
Me too.
They've been the best team start to finish this season. They've been consistent this season. They've avoided those head-scratching losses, and when they had to play good teams, they went out there and took care of business. I see no reason why they won't win this one against Penn State. I do think it'll be close. It's not like James Franklin in Penn State. The frustrating thing about Franklin is, like, in a lot of these games, they're there. They are so close to winning a lot of these games that we think of when we think of James Franklin coming up short. The Ohio State game is the most recent example of that, and they were real close to beating Ohio State. So I think Penn State keeps it close. I will take Penn State plus the 3.5, but I think Oregon wins this one straight up.
All right. Let's take a break. When we come back, what do we got when we come back?
Shield.
Some NFL. Yeah, we'll look at some NFL matchups. Also, we got some fish nuggets. We got picks coming up at the end of the show, and free picks as well for some of the action maybe tonight. So stick around for that. This is The Odds Couple. Keep it right here on Grind City Media.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Look at it. We got the whole Grizzlies team just infiltrated our studio. Santi Aldama's in the house. Look at everybody. The whole Grizzlies team. Look at Zach Edey's in the house. John Morant's in the house. Say hello. Say hello.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, welcome back.
Single. What happened?
We've done that a couple of times today. Sorry. Welcome back to the show. This is The Odds Couple. the Thursday edition of the program. Don't forget, we're with you every Monday as well from 2 to 3. So tune in Mondays and Thursdays here to the Odds Couple. Today, being Thursday, is the start of the weekend for the National Football League. And we got a big one tonight as the Detroit Lions take on the Green Bay Packers. Detroit only a 3-point home favorite. The total at 51.5. Detroit is 15-4 against the spread in their last 19 games. They are 12-3 against the spread against Green Bay. And only a 3-point favorite. I don't think I have a pick on this one, but I should. I love the Lions in this spot. I think they're the best team in football.
I think so, too.
And they're playing at home.
You must just kill CJ to see this.
It does. But let me say, if they win the Super Bowl, I'm going. I'm going to the parade.
You're gonna go?
Yeah, we're planning a family trip up to Detroit if the Lions win the Super Bowl. Because this is the only time we'll ever get to do this. I've been alive 37 years, and this is the best Lions team of my lifetime. They're never this ever. And
no, they're legit. No, they've won back-to-back seasons. They've won 10 games, first time in franchise history.
First time, and they've been around. We talked about it on the show last week. We talked on one of them damn shows, which feels like we do shows every day. They've been around since the NFL. Since the NFL came in, the Lions have been around. And like Rosa said, first time they've won back-to-back. They've had back-to-back seasons winning 10 games. Like, that's incredible. It is. Even I can't hate on that. Even though I feel like I know how this is going to end, but it gives me.
That's
me
fine
hope.
though, dude. They're successful, and it's okay to admit you were wrong about Dan Campbell. Like,
yeah.
That dude's built an amazing culture there.
I won't do that just yet. Just like I won't be on the Lions bandwagon just yet. But like, I can't say anything bad about them.
No,
they're winning games and they're looking impressive doing it. The bad teams that they play, they beat the hell out of them. The good teams that they play,
Campbell,
they win.
Though, is like in the NFL, it could all turn around next season. Right,
like that's why I can't get excited.
He's building an amazing culture. Everything's great. Next year they're going to go 6-10.
Cultures change depending on wins and losses. Yeah. All right. So who are we picking? We picking?
I think Detroit. I think Detroit. Yeah, they're hot right now.
Roser.
I do have a pick on this game.
Oh,
gonna sit it out.
CJ.
The thing that I think we see this time of the year, and I love the way that the NFL does their schedule, where most of your division games are later in the year. I like that. And the thing about division games, they are close because everybody knows everybody. It is intense. It is hard fought. And I think that line -3 is a little too high. I will take the Packers plus the 3. But again, I think the Lions win straight up. But I'll take the Packers plus the 3 just because it's a division game. We saw this a couple of weeks ago with the Steelers and the Browns. Where the Steelers are the much better team. Steelers should handle this. And then the wintry mix starts coming down, and then it starts snowing on the field.
And then the Lord loved Jameis.
And you look up, and the Lord had delivered Jameis from pick sixes, and the Browns win that one. Right? Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Packers won because it is a divisional showdown, but I will take the Packers plus the 3.
Another big divisional showdown in the NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals against Seattle. Cardinals 2.5-point favorite against Seattle. The total at 44.5. Arizona, 5 of their last 6 have gone under. Seattle, 5 of their last 6 have gone under. 8 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams have gone under as well. That total at 44.5. Seattle, meanwhile, 5-1 against the spread, their last 6 against Arizona. I got a pick on this one. So I'm going to sit it out.
There it is.
Pick it or park it?
I'm parking.
Parking?
I'll sit this game means nothing to me. Although Roser probably has some very strong feelings about this one.
I hate the Seahawks. I hate the Cardinals too.
Yeah.
This is where the old Southern guys say, "Could the stadium just blow up?" No, I
just don't feel strongly about it.
I need Arizona, I think, if my team's going to try to make the playoffs. We have to win out, but that's not going to happen because we still have to play the Lions too. But Arizona. I hate Seattle. Did I mention that? Yeah. Arizona.
All right. CJ?
Geno Smith, second in NFL in interceptions this season behind Kirk Cousins.
That's to say, who's first?
Kirk. I think Geno's thrown 13 interceptions so far this season with games left to play. Last year, he threw 9. Right? Like, taking care of the football matters. Avoiding negative plays matter. And Geno Smith and the Seahawks right now have a bit too many of those. What I like the most about what the Cardinals are doing and what I like about Kyler Murray is the fact that they just avoid negative plays in general on the offensive side of the ball. There's not a whole lot of sacks. It's not a lot of turnovers. It might be a ton of throwing the ball away. It might be some questionable passes into the dirt. But it's not plays that's going to lend itself to you being behind on third down, right? Behind the chains on third down. I'll take the Cardinals in this one just because they are a team that takes care of the ball and stays ahead of the chains.
All right. Kansas City Chiefs, they are 3.5-point favorites against the Los Angeles Chargers. The total is 42.5 there. Chargers 5-1 against the spread their last 6. Chiefs, meanwhile, 0-6 against the spread in their last 6, despite being 5-1 straight up. They have failed to cover all 6 games. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under. I am bucking the trends. I'm taking the Chiefs minus the 3.5 against the Chargers. Chiefs at Arrowhead under 4 points. Yeah. Sure, I'll go with it.
I something about this Chargers team. I can't figure them out. I don't know what maybe it's Harbaugh.
What, that you don't know they're good or not?
Yeah, like I know they've won 5 of their last 6 or something like that, but every time I watch them, I'm like, yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
And I think the Chiefs, they're probably fired up because they have that Hallmark Chiefs movie that came out this week. You seen that?
No.
There's a Christmas thing. You know how the Hallmark has all the Christmas movies? There's a Chiefs one.
Oh.
And the Kelseys are in it, and Andy Reid, and all these people. So
who gives a crap?
So they're probably fired up about that. Yeah, no, we should watch that next week.
Maybe we'll show it during the show.
Seahawks and now the Chiefs,
because they're the best teams in the NFL.
Roser, Chiefs, Chargers. Who do you think?
I got to pick on this stupid game. Sitting it out.
CJ.
The angry sit out.
The Chargers are the 4th best covering team in the NFL because they play that game control style of play. They're not going to let you get away from them. They're going to do a great job running the ball with Dobbins in the backfield, and that defense is solid. This is another one of those division showdowns, rivalry type games where I feel like because of the familiarity, the Chargers are the pick here, plus the 3.5. And I might take the Chargers straight up as well in this one because the Chiefs aren't, especially offensively, they leave a lot to be desired right now. Although Pacheco's coming back. Pacheco's back off of IR, so that should help them a ton in the run game and making explosive plays. So we'll see. But I like the Chargers plus the 3.5 here.
All right.
And you know that's the NBC game, right? Sunday night, the Chiefs Chargers. So we're gonna hear so much about Steve Spagnuolo, Chris Collinsworth. Spagnuolo.
That guy.
He's dialing up a blitz. They never call it. Why is that they always dial it up? It's every time you hear a coach, they say a coach called a blitz. It's always he dialed up.
Dialed it up.
It's always dialed up the blitz.
Football is like mini war, so you don't call up a bomb, you dial it up, and so maybe they're thinking like, oh, a blitz is a bomb, so we're
dialed up and attack from the right flank.
You remember Greg Williams?
Yeah, well,
saying about Frank Gore, cut off the head and the body will die.
I mean, Keenan, what was my man?
He was serious.
He's the one who got suspended, right?
Kellen Winslow was the one talking about dudes are diving at his knees. He's a warrior.
He said, I'm a soldier.
He's an effing soldier.
Yeah.
Men are diving at my knees.
I'm a soldier.
Then he went out and raped a bunch of elderly women. Like, ooh, that's not good.
Allegedly.
That's crazy.
No, he's in jail. He's in jail.
No, I think it was just one.
Oh, was it one?
No, I think it's like there. Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's not talk about that guy.
All right, let's. How about some fish nuggets?
Yeah,
ready for some fish nuggets. All right, here we go. Friday Night Dogs. Let's check them out. Friday Night Dogs, 33-19 against the spread this season. They were 9-5 against the spread last week. Here's who we got on. Let me get into this.
I've got a free pick on this.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay. Friday Night Dogs. Wait, I should have gotten this a minute ago. All right. Here are your dogs for Friday. Western Kentucky's a dog against Jacksonville State. Army, dog against Tulane. UNLV, dog against Boise.
I like that one.
All right, well, those are your 3 dogs on Friday night. So UNLV, Army, 2 teams that are ranked, by the way, and Western Kentucky, your 3 Friday night dogs. So keep that in mind. Friday night dogs, 33-19 against the spread. All right, Boise State, they have won their last 11 games at home. UNLV is 10-1 their last 11 on the road. Boise's a 4-point home favorite against UNLV. Something's got to give. Army is 14-1 straight up in their last 15 games. Tulane 15-1 straight up their last 16 road games. Tulane a 5-point road favorite at Army. Something's got to give.
I love giving it up.
Meanwhile, Marshall. How about Marshall? 10-1-1 against the spread in their last 12 games. They are a 5.5-point dog at Louisiana. Go Thundering Herd. That's a free pick from me, by the way.
You know, the Marshall coach is coaching that game without a contract.
Oh.
He asked for an extension, and he's not gotten an extension, and he's still coaching that game with no contract.
Yeah, okay. Good luck to him. And an NFL nugget, the Buffalo Bills are the only team in the Super Bowl era to go 20 consecutive seasons without a division title and then win 5 straight immediately after. Congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, winners of 5 straight division titles.
Amazing what happens when Tom Brady gets old and leaves that division.
Right? It kind of coincides with that nugget. All right, we'll take a break here on the Odds Couple. When we come back, we got picks and free picks.
Free picks.
Yeah, that's coming up next here on the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Can't wait. It's time to get it popping.
It's going to be crazy. The fans are going to be loud. We need just energy.
Behind the back to Jared for the flush.
We're going to need, the form rocking. We're going to need, everybody in Memphis to be out there to come to support.
When the fans are good, we're good. Simple as that.
A Bain 3. Yes, sir. Desmond Bain with ice water in his veins.
We'll ride the energy together.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
There was a tweet from NBA G League that Cam Spencer was, quote, unconscious. Cam Spencer had 51 points on 75% shooting. The Grizzlies front office ability to find talent late in the draft continues to be a massive positive for this team.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, welcome back. There he is.
That's not a single. Now the single on this.
Welcome back to the program. Taking that breath in. Welcome back to the show. This is the Odds Couple with you each Monday and Thursday at 2 o'clock, handicapping all the action coming up this weekend. And on Mondays, we recap all the action from the weekend. We got a lot of games coming up. We got some free picks coming up here in a moment. But first, we like to do our top 5, and today it's a top 4. Top 4. If we still had the 4-team playoff, who are your 4 teams in the playoff? I'll go ahead and start.
All right.
I would have Oregon at number 1, Notre Dame at number 2, Georgia at number 3, and Penn State.
Now, is that because you think Notre Dame's the second best team in the country?
Nope. I think their resume earned it.
All right.
1 loss.
Loss to Northern Illinois, though. Penn State's 1 losses to Ohio State. And then Georgia's losses are 2.
Probably because of the 4-team playoff. I should probably move Penn State so Oregon wouldn't play Penn State in the first round. Right. So probably move.
But they're going to play Saturday.
It's not that big of a deal.
It is that big of a deal. Stop it, Rosa.
Yeah, I'd move. I'll move Penn State ahead of Georgia.
You've got the Green Bay Packers number 3.
Yeah, so there you go. There's my 4. Lang, who you got?
I've got Oregon number 1, Grambling number 2.
Yeah.
No, it's Georgia. Notre Dame number 3, Texas number 4. I think those are the 4. The Notre Dame, I'm still not sure on. Like I get it, they lost 1 game. It was to a terrible team. They've been really good ever since then. They've been blowing people out, but I think those are probably the 4 best teams in the country.
All right.
Probably.
Roser?
I don't really like this. I don't like
None of us are very excited about our list.
Yeah, Oregon, Notre Dame, I think 1, 2. Honestly, if I could redo this, I'd have Alabama 3 and Georgia 4. I'd just do that. And it ain't like I think Alabama's the 3rd best team, but it's like if you look at body of work, who they've beaten. Like the NCAA tournament committee does this at some point. It's like, yeah, you can't like just lose to totally crappy teams like Memphis did last year. That totally wiped you out, like because you lost to multiples of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you lost like to 7 of them. But like if you lose 1 or 2, it doesn't kill you. They look at who have you beat, who can you beat, and like the committee went through the numbers of why Alabama is ranked ahead of a couple of the teams that they're ranked ahead of, and so. I'd have Alabama 3 and Georgia 4, and the only reason is because Alabama beat Georgia. Do I think Alabama would beat Georgia if they played again? Depends. If Kalen DeBoer has time to prepare, probably. But, yeah, if I had to do this again, I'd do Bama 3, Georgia 4, keep the top 2 the same.
CJ, do you like your 4?
I didn't like my 4.
I love my 4. I love everything I do. I'm great.
I don't believe that.
I'm incredible.
I don't believe that.
I am awesome. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oregon 1. That's a consensus number 1 there. I picked Georgia at 2 based off their strength of schedule on who they've beaten, to your point, Roser. Give me Penn State at 3, and I got SMU in at 4, even though I'm not super sure what SMU is. But they are number 1 in the ACC
Ponies.
right now. If they win the ACC, I would give the ACC champ a spot in.
Go Ponies.
All right.
Pony up. We should go to the Pony.
There's our 14 playoffs.
Do we watch the Ponies at the Pony?
Bet the Ponies.
Wait, which Ponies?
Genuine.
These ponies, or like the ponies named like Cristal or whatever?
The genuine ponies.
Hey, can we talk about why Applebee's has Pony playing in one of their commercials? Like that confuses me. That's not an Applebee's song. Like I hear Pony and it's like, oh, okay, it's time to get nasty. Not, oh, let me go to Applebee's and get this burger right now.
I don't know. Applebee's is pretty nasty.
Is it?
No, it's not.
I haven't
They're
been in a long
haters.
Is that a
It's
neighborhood
not.
restaurant?
Huh?
It's not.
Is Applebee's a neighborhood restaurant or
neighborhood.
is it Chili's? One of them is.
I think Applebee's is
Applebee's is your
restaurant.
neighborhood.
Chili's is
Okay.
something. I don't know.
Who's eating good in the neighborhood? Is that
That's Chili's.
okay? Chili's got the baby back ribs, right? Yeah.
Baby back, baby back.
It's Applebee's.
Applebee's is eating good in the neighborhood.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So then the other one. What was the other one?
Chili's was the baby back rib. No, maybe
No,
not.
the first thing that you said.
Your neighborhood restaurant.
What's your neighborhood restaurant?
know.
It's got to be Applebee's.
It's
They're
Applebee's.
synonymous. I know at Olive Garden, your family when you eat there. I know that one.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get our picks for the week. Time for our picks. I'll go ahead and get us started. I am going Tulane minus the 5 at Army. Tulane 15-1 straight up on the road, 7-2 against the spread their last 9 games.
Oh.
Tulane, easy.
Wow.
Tulane. And then we got Arizona State minus 2.5 against Iowa State. Arizona State 10-2 against the spread their last 12. Love those first 2. Easy. Well, let's make it 3 in a row. Love Oregon minus the 3.5 against Penn State. Penn State's 1-6 against the spread as a dog. We're taking the Cardinals minus the 2.5 against the Seahawks. Cardinals 5-1 against the spread their last 6 games. And the Niners minus the 4 against the Bears. Chicago is 0-19.
You're insane.
0-19 on the road on Sunday. 0-19. And San Francisco 8-2 against the spread at home against Chicago.
New coach theory. for
New
the
coach
Bears in
theory
this
doesn't
one. That's what
matter.
You gotta watch out.
New coach, same as the old. They suck. 49ers minus 4. Ever since the Hail Mary, Bears have been destined for disaster. And it continues this week against the Niners. Love my 5 picks. Lang?
My 5 picks are better. I started with UNLV because we're talking about Friday Night Dogs.
Yep.
I'll take UNLV plus the points, plus 4 at BSU. They played actually a couple weeks ago, and Boise State won by 5.
Yeah.
I think UNLV's in a little better place now. I like Barry Odom. I think this is a game they at least compete in. So give me the points. Give me UNLV. I'll take also Army plus the points. Tulane just had that disappointing game. Army's been good this year consistently. I'll stick with Army. They've been winning us money all year, right?
Yeah.
I was like, we got to stick with what works. We'll do that. I'll take Oregon over Penn State because, like I said, maybe it happens. Maybe this is the year that James Franklin finally wins the big game. I doubt it, though. So I'm going to stick with Oregon minus 3.5. They're coming off the huge recruiting week for them. I think they got a lot of momentum. They're going to be good. Georgia beat Texas already at Texas. Now they get to play them at home. I'll take Georgia in that one. And then I don't know if Clemson's that much better or worse than SMU, but if you're giving me Clemson and points and a team that's played in these big environments before, I'll take Clemson. So that's my game.
All right.
CJ.
Bill Belichick has interviewed for the opening at North Carolina.
No way.
That's being reported. Yeah.
So they're going from Mac Brown to Bill Belichick.
Well, I don't
They
think
wanted
Bill
somebody
Belichick-
older
I
than
don't
Mac
think Bill
Brown.
Belichick's taking that job, but
Why not? Why would he do the interview?
to get himself ready for the NFL interviews.
Mac
Anyway,
Brown,
CJ.
you're too old. Let's go Bill Belichick.
Let's find somebody who's crustier.
Yeah.
Why as a youth would you want to play for Bill Belichick?
That's also a good
As-
question.
Maybe he can raise a lot of NIL money. He's got commercials and stuff, right?
So he's just going to take the commercial money and pay that to the NIL
I don't
collective?
know. They'll get attention on the program.
Tulane minus a 5
Yeah.
because of everything Rob said. Give me Georgia plus the 2.5 because of everything Lang said. I will take the Falcons plus the 5.5. I think that line is a little too high. Minnesota is destined to play one possession games. What, Lane? It's your team.
I'm staying away from that one.
It is off of the strength of the Vikings playing close games, no matter who they're playing against.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings win. I think it'll be closer than 5.5. Steelers out for revenge against the Browns. Give me them laying the 6.5 in Pittsburgh, and then I'll take the Chargers plus the 3.5 against the Chiefs.
All right, Roser.
5 picks. Let's go. Texas, prove to me you can actually beat somebody worth the crap. Until then, I'm taking Georgia plus the 2.5. I'm taking the Fighting James Franklin
What?
plus the 3.5
Somebody had
against
to do it.
Oregon. Penn State, we are.
Penn State.
Let's go. Nittany Lions. I'm taking the Packers plus the 3.5 against the Detroit Lions tonight. I think Green Bay embarrassed by how they played last time against the Lions. Lions didn't look great on Thanksgiving. They're banged up, especially on defense. They're banged up. The injuries starting to show. Give me Green Bay. They got embarrassed by the Lions at Lambeau. Not going to happen tonight. Green Bay plus the 3.5. As long as Jordan Love doesn't just absolutely throw the terrible pick that he usually does, but he hasn't recently. Give me the Packers plus 3.5. May not even need them. I'd throw a little on the money line. I've seen the Chiefs and Chargers. The Chiefs won by 7 earlier this year, so 3.5. Now it's at home in Kansas City and Arrowhead. I hate going against Jim Harbaugh because I love him, but I'll take the Chiefs minus the 3.5, and then the under. They scored 27 the first time they played. It's 16 points now. Chiefs defense has been a little spotty in some recent weeks.
Steve Spagnuolo.
Raiders.
Dial up a plan. They dial up a blitz.
Yeah. And we'll take the under in the Chiefs Chargers. Under 43.
All right. Before we get out of here, we got free picks.
I got a free one.
picks. You got a free pick?
Another Friday night dog.
A Friday night dog.
Jacksonville State is playing Western Kentucky.
Yep.
Western Kentucky kicked a field goal. They played last week. Western Kentucky kicked a field goal at the buzzer to win, to advance to the next round. Jacksonville State, their quarterback is hurt. He apparently is the key to their offense. He missed the second half of that game. They stopped scoring points. Western Kentucky came back, took the lead, won the game. So I'm going to take Western Kentucky plus, I think it's 2.5 on Friday night. Give me that dog.
All right, Western Kentucky dog plus 2.5. All right, anybody else got free picks?
I got a men's college basketball parlay for you tonight.
Go for it.
Purdue plus the 1.5 versus Penn State. Arkansas State minus 15.5 versus Jackson State. And because they told me to in the chat, I'll take UC Irvine laying the 16.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Purdue-Penn State game is interesting, with Purdue being ranked, 9 in the country?
And a dog.
And a 1.5-point dog against Penn State.
Yeah. We're going to take a free pick tonight. The Drake basketball.
Love the Drake.
Minus 9.5 at Valpo.
All right.
Why are they favored by 9.5 at Valpo? I don't know, but we're going to take it.
Yeah.
Love the Drake.
They did well
Love the
for us a
Drake.
couple years ago.
Yeah.
Drake!
Also, a couple of puck plays. We got Detroit tonight at Ottawa. Take the
Does
Red
hockey
Wings.
start?
Hockey started a
There's
long
one
time
game
ago.
tonight, Panthers-Flyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll parlay Drake with the Panthers.
Oh, Drake with the Panthers.
Are you taking the Flyers?
I'm not betting that one.
Okay.
Oh, no, I am actually. I am. Florida-Philadelphia over. I'm taking Florida-Philadelphia over the 6. Over the 6. Florida-Philadelphia over the 6 in
Oh, there's
Detroit
a bunch of
against
games tonight.
Ottawa.
I thought there was just one game.
No, big slate tonight in the National Hockey League.
There is. You got Blues. How are the Blues, Fish?
Good start, but now just
Kind of fading.
blah.
Little blue.
What about the Kraken? Have they gotten Kraken?
They have awesome uniforms.
Yeah.
I watched
like
the
their
Kraken
logo's
Predator
cool.
game a couple weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know anything about hockey, but these uniforms are awesome.
Nice uniforms.
Yeah.
Also, how about Lions? Taking the Lions tonight as well. Minus the 3.5 against Green Bay. All right, there you go. Free picks on the show. That's going to do it for the Odds Couple this week, Chapter 6, Week 15. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be back with you on Monday for the Monday edition of the Odds Couple, coming your way at 2 o'clock, and then back with you again next Thursday, as we are each and every Thursday as well. For CJ, for Roser, for Lang, I'm Fish. Good luck with all your bets. Enjoy all the action this weekend. We'll talk to you again Monday on the Odds Couple, right here on Grind City Media.
Woo!